We are back for season 2, Dad.
Season 2!
I was like, I shouldn't have said that. Like, I'm in a professional interview for ESPN.
A national dance champion. You know, Alabama and Georgia are hiding secrets in the SEC and they don't want to be exposed. We're back.
We are back. This is Raised on Sports. We took a lot of time off over the summer, but we have a lot of stories for you. We have a lot of fun stuff to share. We have a lot of new ideas, and it's season 2. How do you feel?
Season 2. So happy to be back. So glad we're doing this again. We collabed a lot this summer on how we can make our already amazing podcast even better. So we have lots of great ideas, and hopefully all those wonderful viewers out there love it.
And we're going to grow viewers, and we're just going to get famous this season. I know I have a little inkling. I'm going to start up our social media channels. We're in it for the long run. I hope you know that.
Yes, we are committed to this. We are here to bring the people what they want.
We are here to stay. All right.
So we did have daughter podcast.
Father-daughter. We did take a lot of time off, and I know our viewers missed us. And what did you do this summer while we were not recording?
Oh my gosh. What did I do this summer? Let's see here. 5 weeks of summer school, 4 weeks of basketball, 3 weeks of football, 1 week of family vacation to a dance competition. And what I played pickleball once. Oh. I golfed twice. You could see that my time was very limited. But to cap it all off, you are talking to a national dance champion.
Okay, so we definitely need to get into that because the viewers don't know. My dad is a girl dad through and through. He went to every single dance competition for all 3 girls growing up. And they had this thing called the Dad's Dance at the end of the season.
Yep.
And wait, you need to share because you have the more personal story because you did it for what, like 18 years straight?
Yes. So this was my 18th year doing a Dad's Dance at the girls' studio. We started this back in about 2008. There was minus a year or two there with COVID, but it was just something brought on by your dance teachers that they thought it'd be a good idea to get the dads in late at night and practice a little routine and then perform it at a recital, which is the end of the year showcase. And so we did that, and it was a very big surprise those first couple of years because the girls didn't know what we were doing. But then over the years, we've added dads, lost dads, but I am the remaining constant, and we just got off of our national championship run where we took our dad's dance routine to nationals out in Palm Springs. And well, let's just say you can call me a national champion.
You are looking at the dance dad right here. It was always the best surprise when it is just the funniest thing when you see a group of 30 dads dancing to like Sexy and I Know It. Or wait, what was your theme this year?
Our theme this year, we are the Country Boys.
Oh, Country Boys. Like they have like these crazy themes every year. And it is just so funny. It's a big surprise. Even that I'm not a dancer anymore, I still get to go to recital and watch the dads dance. It never fails to make me laugh. But and they won nationals and got like a crystal diamond double platinum or whatever you call it.
Yep.
But I'm proud of you. You were quite well-rounded this summer with basketball, football, pickleball, and dance. You're doing all types of sports.
And I worked, and I actually had a job where I taught summer school. I kind of felt like Jason Kelsey right there introducing Taylor Swift. And so, yes,
when
it was like
57 stadium tours and 100 blah, blah, blahs when she's freaking crazy. Yeah. So you are the new Taylor Swift.
It is. It was a good summer, though. It was a good summer. It was great having you home for the majority of it, and I can't wait to hear everything that you did this summer. But it was just nice. It was. We didn't get a whole lot of fun family vacation time, but we'll save that. We'll catch up on that someday.
We're growing up.
Yeah,
we all got work to do.
You're adulting.
Speaking of adulting,
right?
my summer, I was working 7 days a week. So since we last talked, I think on the last podcast, I was stressing about getting an internship for the summer because I'm a senior now. I'm going to my senior year. I applied to like 65 internships, I think I counted.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking crazy. I wasn't getting interviews to anywhere. It's so competitive in the sports world. And then on the last day of school, I think this podcast we already recorded, we were already like sent out and done. I got an interview to ESPN in LA. And so I was like, holy moly. The first interview was I don't know if you've ever done this, but like a one-way interview. It's like the new thing. It's on a thing called Higher View, and you just talk to the camera and they ask you questions. And it is honestly more stressful than talking to someone because you have like one take, you're just talking to yourself. So I had no idea how I did. Clearly, I didn't do too shabby because about 2 weeks later, I got a call from them saying we want you for the last interview.
Yep.
So this was once I was home. Then when I was home, I had everyone get out of the house. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I've been here for 2 days, but you guys need to get out of your own home. And I need to do this interview for ESPN. So I set up my camera, did everything, thought I did pretty well. But Dad, I do have to tell you. So in the very beginning of the interview for ESPN, I get on. Of course, I'm like nervous. It's
Mm-hmm.
ESPN. I'm like, looking like very professional. I want to be very professional in this interview. And the first thing they ask me, like just the introduction, I get on the Zoom, the introduction, it was like, oh, Reagan, like, are you related to Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
And I just go, no, Jim. And then I like took a step back and I'm like,
To
in my
see the
head,
reaction.
I was like, I shouldn't have said that. Like, I'm in a professional interview for ESPN, and I just corrected them and then made a joke and said, no,
You're a
Jim.
little smart ass to them, is
I
what you
was
were.
being a smartass.
You were being you.
Exactly. Exactly. So obviously, it worked out in the long run. It fit the culture of this office more than you know. And I have so many stories that I will kind of extend throughout the weeks of the podcast. But I worked for ESPN all summer and I was up in LA across from the crypto or Staples Arena at LA Live 4 to 5 days a week
Yep.
doing events like Rams Media Day. I did Rams training camp. What else did I went to the Lakers facility. I have a bunch of videos and pictures from that. I just did so many incredible things and met so many incredible people. I have so many stories, but I'll just kind of touch on one from like the first day. So I get in there and I'm, of course, nervous. I'm looking professional, looking like I want to impress everyone. I'm at ESPN, come on. And I get there, and the two people I was with, the two other interns, were like, oh my gosh, good to see you again. Good to see you again. Like, how are you? And I took a step back and I was like, hi, I'm Reagan. Like, nice to meet you. I've never met these people.
Yeah.
So it turns out I was actually the only intern to not have a connection at ESPN, which is normally what you need to have. And that's why I thought I
Sure.
didn't even have a chance at ESPN, is because I didn't know anyone there. I don't know anyone in that office. I don't know anyone there. So long story short, the other interns all had connections within this company and within our office. And when they were in the office on the first day, they're all saying, good to see you again. Like, how are you? And their dads or someone works for someone, all different kinds
Yep.
of connections. And I had to be there, get in there and be like, oh, nice to meet you. Like, I'm all new. Quite
Yeah.
intimidating. I will tell you, on the very first day, it was very intimidating, but it worked out.
It was great.
And I had the best summer ever. But yeah, that was kind of my summer. I will get into more stories as we go on, but it was incredible. And I am so lucky and grateful. And I feel like I've come back to school with so much more knowledge. And even to this podcast, I learned all about production, all about how
Great.
to produce a show, how to be a host on a show, how to do everything behind the scenes, how to make content, how to even work with the sales team. Like, I have learned so much. And so I'm just really excited to kind of use what I've learned into all my like avenues at school.
Awesome. Yeah, it was so fun watching you experience all this, hearing all your stories, and watching you grow and loving what you want to do. And even though it might not necessarily be something in radio, it's definitely gave you doors that opened or maybe even closed some. But it gave you more of a little direction of what you want to do in such a broad world of sports. So I'm proud of
For
you.
sure.
Happy. I know you
Thank you.
loved driving my car all summer. So um, I'm
Well, I
glad
do
that
appreciate your lending of your car because if people who don't know, we're from Orange County, which is like Southern California, and commuting to LA is no joke.
so
If there's no one on the road, like zero people, it's probably like 45, 50 minutes to LA, but everyone and their mom has heard about LA traffic. And so it probably took me an hour and a half both ways every day,
every day. Yeah.
which got exhausting. I think I overthought every single thing in my life at least 5 times. But
I
I
would
would do it again.
You could do a lot of you do a lot of reflecting though when you're in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I drive to work a good ways every day, and so yeah, same thing. I feel like I get a lot accomplished sometimes driving.
I
And sure.
agree.
So you're by
And
yourself, and
yeah, no offense, but like being home, being with the whole fam, I was constantly surrounded by people. Being in the car was the only time I was alone. And
mhm.
I mean, I feel like at school I'm alone a lot because I'm kind of doing my own thing. But when I'm at home, I'm constantly surrounded by you guys, the fam.
Sure,
Love you guys.
sure,
But it was good to like have that time alone.
yeah,
But
take a break.
I would do that. I would commute 5 hours any day for the experience I got this summer.
Yeah,
And so super
we're good.
grateful.
So happy.
But yeah, do we need to get into like the nitty-gritty? Because
Well,
it
I mean,
is quite possibly the best week of the year.
well, for many general public reasons, but for you personally, probably for a lot more other reasons as well. So let's hear it. Why is this week so great, Reagan Carey?
So let's start off with the fact that it is two of my best friends' birthdays today. One of them's
Okay.
turning 21, one of them's turning 22, and this is just the Monday. So all week we are leading up to Clemson playing LSU. For those who don't know, I go to Clemson. I'm a senior here, and we have a lot of hype around our football team and how we're going to play this year. Kate Klubnik, our quarterback. I have not stopped talking about this game probably since December when it came out
Yep.
because holy shit, excuse my language, Clemson versus LSU week 1. The
Right.
Tigers versus the Tigers. And to kind of vamp it up, my birthday is this weekend as well. My 21st
21.
birthday. I'm going to be taking my first drink of alcohol this weekend, Dad.
Hey, it's just like Steve Mason, ESPN 710 said. He's very
Yes.
proud of you waiting this long. So I'm proud of you as well. So congratulations. And even some better news on top of that, we are coming to visit you.
Let's
and
go.
celebrate with you and go to that amazing football game and spend the weekend in Clemson, South Carolina. So can't wait. Looking forward to it.
I am so excited for you guys to be here. Two of my best friends from home are visiting as well. Clemson in Tiger Town is going to be packed. I haven't really met one person this week that doesn't have a visitor. And so coming in, like people are selling tickets for $1,000. Whatever. It's going to be the best environment, the best college town, I think, in the nation this weekend.
And speaking of which, I did set my alarm for 4 a.m. my time this morning because
to get tickets.
7 a.m. Clemson time was the request to put in for tickets. So I set my alarm. I was up at 4 a.m. today. Fingers crossed.
We're
Come
crossing our
on,
fingers.
Clemson Tigers and those high school football coaches. If you're all listening out there,
Yeah.
Coach Carey would like to attend the game. So I put
I
it
would
in.
love Coach Carey to go attend that game because we're looking good. It is a top 10 matchup to start the season.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw Brian Kelly like a month or two ago kind of talking shit and saying, because it's Death Valley versus Death Valley, they call their football stadium Death Valley. We call
The
our football
real Death
stadium
Valley.
Death Valley. We're
Yep.
both Tigers. We're both good teams. We're both hyped up teams. And he decided to go on to social media and say, no, LSU's the real Death Valley, and kind of talking his shit. So we'll see how they kind of match up. What are you thinking for this game, Dad?
Well, let's get right into it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what a way to start the season. So I give a lot of credit to both programs for scheduling a game like this right off the bat. That's kudos to them. I think you've got two amazing quarterbacks, Cade Klubnik, potential Heisman Trophy candidate, as well as Nussmeier from LSU, who got hurt kind of late summer. So I've heard things where he's almost all the way back. So it'll be interesting to see how much he is limited and how healthy he really is with a knee injury. But Brian Kelly's gotten a lot of hype over the summer, especially from that SEC show on Netflix that they did, and we can get into that. But I think it's just going to be an amazing game. I hope it's a great game. The atmosphere will be electric. We know that. It's a night game in Death Valley, so there's nothing better than a night game in Death Valley, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I haven't been to some of the others, whiteouts at Penn State and all those, but a night game at Death Valley, watching the buses rolling down the hill, you just get chills. So it should be great. It's prime time. It's ABC, ESPN, and it should be fun.
That's insane. I do have to know, when I was kind of doing my research, is that LSU has lost their 5 season openers for like the last 5 seasons.
Yep.
That is quite the stat, because this is where they're wanting to break it. I think I've seen a lot of the SEC stuff. I thought, if I'm being opinionated, I thought Brian Kelly looked like an asshole, and he looked like he hated his team, and he was so mean compared to the other SEC coaches. And as a big Notre Dame fan growing up, you too, Dad, we had Brian Kelly for most of the time growing up. And I liked him when he was at Notre Dame. I thought he was a great coach, but the way he left Notre Dame was
very
concerning.
Egotistical.
Yes.
His ego grew as the years went on, and as he went from program to program, and then he left saying, I did everything I could for Notre Dame, when obviously you didn't, because you didn't make the playoffs, and you didn't win anything. So
he might have done the best thing for Notre Dame by allowing Marcus Freeman to become head coach.
That's the running joke in Notre Dame. The best thing that happened to Notre Dame is Brian Kelly leaving. So
yeah, so we'll see how he kind of matches up.
We'll take it.
Literally. So yeah, he'll be in our Death Valley, the real Death Valley, on Saturday, and so it'll be a good game.
What'd you think about all of those sports documentaries that kind of came out this summer? Because we didn't have a lot of them, right? We had the SEC show that we talked about. You had quarterbacks on Netflix that came out. Hard Knocks, obviously, up in Buffalo. What do you think? You like those?
I love them, and I actually studied this in one of my classes for like a paper last year about this is the future of sports. Like, we always want to see more into the personal lives. It's kind of
behind
like
the scenes.
Yeah, it's kind of like influencers. Why our generation is so kind of drawn to influencers, because we see their day-to-day life. And it all kind of falls back to, and I was talking to one of my bosses at ESPN this summer, because he was asking us about content and how we consume content, why we consume content. And we kind of came down to the conclusion is like, all of these people want to be like these athletes. And like me, I want to be like these influencers. And so I love to see their day-to-day lives. What coffee are they drinking in the morning? How do
Yeah.
they act around their
Yeah.
family? What are they doing every day to become this incredible athlete in the SEC, in wherever, even like the
Yeah.
F1 Drive to Survive, like the behind the scenes, I think is the future of sports. But I feel like they've touched on so many sports, so many different avenues of sports. I don't know what I want to see next. Like what sport would you want to see next? What person would you want to see next?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a sport I want to see next, because I do love them. I love them all. I love
Yeah.
the behind the scenes. I love the personal interaction. I love it when they show the families at home, when you get the wives and the kids, kind of you get a real taste. I mean, I absolutely fell in love with Kirk Cousins,
Oh yeah.
quarterback, just
Mhm.
because of watching him, being the dad at home and being the husband at home. It just gives you a different view, a different side on people. Now, of course, that's all in production and how they're editing it and spinning it, right? But
Mhm.
still, you can just tell people like that are really genuine and really care. So
Mhm.
I that's what I love. So if anything, you know, day in the life of Josh Allen, and
Yeah.
something even maybe more in depth
Uh-huh.
of really seeing what they are like outside their sport.
Because you want to root for the good guy.
Yes.
Like, you obviously have your team and you have your people that you love, your athletes that you love, but you want them to be good people outside of their sport
Yeah.
too. And I think
Yeah.
when you see that, like, I I wouldn't say I loved LeBron or like I felt a connection to him. And then after watching Starting Five, the
Yeah.
NBA documentary
The
of the five
basketball.
players, I loved him. Like,
Yeah.
he was such a good dad, a good wife, or husband,
Your husband. Yeah.
and he was just such a good guy. And then when I went to LA this summer, worked for ESPN, obviously LeBron is in a conversation every single day in the office and in LA. It's like you love him. You want to love him and you want to root for him and you want him to stay in the NBA until he can't walk anymore.
Right.
So it's you just want to root for the good guy. And so
Mhm.
I really like these documentaries. I want to see, I know I mean, I'm starting to become a big tennis fan. I know you are a big tennis fan. I love all these tennis guys. I love Ben Shelton. I
Mhm.
love Trinity Rodman, and
Yep.
they're dating right now.
Yep.
So I think I would love to see
A
a
tennis.
little documentary or something about tennis.
Well, they've had something.
Oh,
Yes,
what? I did not see this.
Netflix had a tennis, what they call it? They called it something, but Netflix had something where it featured about 4 different tennis players, maybe 6, like 3 guys, 3 girls.
Who was in
The
it?
big names. Djokovic, Sabalenka
Okay.
was in it. It was maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, definitely bring something of tennis back.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of girlfriends in like my generation, like with like Taylor Fritz, Tommy Paul. I
Yes.
know both of their girlfriends are influencers that I follow that I love. And I think I would want to see kind of their relationship behind the scenes as well. I know Morgan Riddle has so much controversy
So
in
there
the
you go.
tennis world.
Pitch your idea to Netflix and let's get it going.
I
They had
got
a
it.
golf one as too. They had a
Really?
golf. Yeah, and yes, or Netflix had a golf full swing where they followed 5 or 6
Yeah.
golfers for the year.
This is kind of like besides the point, but kind of in the same realm. The SEC show, we kind of already touched on it. I know that Georgia, Texas, Alabama, kind of the three
The big
biggest
names. Yep.
big names in the SEC opted out of this documentary. Why do you think that is? Because I feel like, do you think they're hiding something? Do you
I
think that
mean,
they don't want to get a bad rap? Do you think, like, I don't understand why you wouldn't. I feel like it's
whether
only more publicity.
sure, I think so, but some of those programs, they're going to get enough publicity just on their brand name alone. So
Mhm.
us being the skeptics on the outside world can think that it's a conspiracy or that they're hiding something, but it could just be as simple as, you know what? No, we don't need to be a part of this. It's a distraction. It might be a distraction to their team, their players, their coaches. They don't want to get personal, because some of those shows got pretty personal.
Yeah.
It could have just been as simple as, no, thank you. We get enough of it. And, you'll see us on Saturday.
I guess that's one way to put it.
Sure. I'd love to say that, Alabama and Georgia are hiding secrets in the SEC and they don't want to be exposed. Sure. Let's go with that too.
I mean, I thought Brian Kelly was kind of exposed. Everyone that I've talked to that has watched the show was like, he's an ass. Like, he's the worst. And so maybe they didn't want to expose how their coaching style
But also you got to think this, that a lot of those schools, I got to think they had final editing rights. So people at LSU watched that. And if they felt like Brian Kelly is being portrayed in a different way, they wouldn't have allowed it. So whatever came across and however it came across, they were obviously fine with it. It's just our interpretation on how we take it, right?
That's very true. And so it's really interesting to see how they want to be portrayed, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I think we have a new segment that you wanted to start up.
Oh yeah, I want a couple of new segments kind of to create a sense of consistency throughout our podcast, because we kind of talk about anything and everything at all times. So
it's not new news.
New news.
No, we're not going to take that one. That one's already been used. That's used by somebody else.
Yeah, but I think the segment's called Underdog of the Week.
All right.
So do you have a little jingle for them, Dad?
Let's see here. What can we come up with? Here I come to save the day. It's Underdog on the way.
What?
You never remember? That was a cartoon back. Geez, I couldn't even tell you. Maybe the 80s. Underdog.
How would I know that?
I'm telling you the story.
Oh, okay.
Underdog was a cartoon long time ago that on Saturday mornings you'd get up real early and run to the TV and watch Underdog. And he was this little dog who was a superhero dog that would go out and fight crime, and they called him Underdog, and that was his theme song.
Okay, wait, sing it one more time for us. Teach me. Go.
Here I come to save the day. It's Underdog on the way. And then he put his little paw up. See, I can remember that, but I can't remember what your mother told me to pick up from the grocery store last night. So that's okay.
Mom, don't watch this. Cut it out. All right. So for our Underdog of the Week, you probably can guess from the title, we just kind of want to touch on something that's not really touched on in the news, or not really talked about enough, or I don't know, the Underdog of the Week.
Give the little people a shot, right?
Yes. Well, how about you go first with your little underdog?
Well, I thought real hard who could be our Underdog of the Week, and my only kind of the thought that I came up with, everything's starting soon. We got college football. We got all these big name football games. We have NFL just about 2 weeks away. We're forgetting about some major sports. When I watched Sports Center the other night, this might have been like I don't even know, 8th, 9th, 10th story down the list was coverage of the U.S. Open tennis tournament going on in Flushing Meadows, and the golf championship, the FedEx Golf Championship that just concluded this weekend. I just felt like it.
I didn't even know that was happening.
See, there you go. My underdog right there. So the FedEx Golf Championship is a 3-week-long tournament. Comprised, I think it started with the top. Well, it started with the top 100 golfers, and then if you made it, you got into the 50. Then you made the top 24. So the top 24 played in a tournament this weekend, and it concluded yesterday. Tommy Fleetwood winning the FedEx Golf Championship. It's kind of like in the golf world, it is their Super Bowl. It's the last event of the year. We do have the Ryder Cup coming up next month, but it's the last major golf tournament, and Tommy Fleetwood is your FedEx champion, where everybody thought Scotty Scheffler would win. So, but sports like that, see, it just, they're major sports, and golf had its Super Bowl this weekend and got overlooked. And U.S. Open started yesterday for the first time ever on a Sunday. This tournament always starts Monday for the first time ever.
I would have no idea. I've been only football.
See, so that is my underdog of the week.
Okay, I like to hear it. Your first underdog.
Yeah.
Mine, I was kind of doing my research on stories I haven't really seen a lot of. I thought one that I want to touch on is Jeremiah Webb. Have you heard about him?
No. Enlighten me.
So he went to South Dakota for 2 years or 3 years, and then ended up at South Alabama.
Okay.
He went undrafted and then ended up signing as a free agent to the Patriots. So he had a crazy preseason, crazy training camp. He was doing incredibly well, and he's going to be starting for the Patriots in week 1. And that was just a kind of story that I didn't really hear of. I didn't even know his name. Obviously he wasn't in the draft. He wasn't in the story headlines. So I just wanted to touch on him because I want to kind of follow him throughout the season. I don't know if you're doing fantasy football, but I'm guessing you are, because this is
What is fantasy football? What's that? What is that? Explain.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Well, then we can do a whole other segment about that.
About your fantasy football?
Well, just fantasy football in general.
No, it's crazy. I've never done a fantasy football team, Dad.
I know. We talked about that this summer. That we should.
I need to do one.
Yeah.
I think it's so good just to learn about.
Even your youngest sister is doing one. She just got invited to her high school ASB, where she is the defending champ.
Don't act like you didn't do the whole thing.
And she came in the other night and said, "I've got my team name for this year's fantasy football."
Oh gosh.
You want to hear her team name?
I do want to hear her team name.
Run It Back.
What?
That's fantastic.
Good. That's her team name. And are you going to be managing her team?
Champion.
Oh,
these boys. So she wants to run it back.
I get the irony. I think another thing that is huge that is happening this week is Lee Corso's last game day. It is at a top 3 matchup. Everyone thought it was going to be 1 and 2, but then in the preseason poll, Ohio State ended up being ranked 3rd, and then Texas being 1. And so College Game Day is going to Ohio State, and it is Lee Corso's last game that he's kind of gonna do his picks. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Lee Corso's first game that he went to Ohio State.
Ohio State was his first headgear pick.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of like they've been doing game day. The very first game day was, I saw it the other day. I forget where. We can look that up, but it's not the first game day. It's where he started his headgear picks.
His bit.
Yeah, his bit.
I just remember growing up at 8 a.m. on the couch, on our TV, and always guessing who he's gonna pick. Always loving his bits. Always, I don't know, seeing the Georgia Bulldog running across the stage. But
did you have a favorite bit? Did you have a favorite one?
Favorite bit. Probably when talking about Georgia, he did the whole spiel of who's that coming down the track? Yeah. And then he was like, I picked Texas. And right at the very end, or I forget what team it was that he picked, but he fully got it was at Georgia, got all of the students, all of the fans so hyped up and so insane. And then at the very end picks the other team. It was incredible. I still see it on my For You page to this day.
Yeah.
What about you?
I loved obviously being a Notre Dame fan myself, but still one of my favorites was he left the set, came back a good 10 minutes later, dressed in the full leprechaun outfit, head to toe, with the Notre Dame mascot as well. And they danced the Irish jig on stage. as he picked Notre Dame. So
he is really making College Game Day. I know he's retiring. He's 90 something,
yep,
right?
yep,
He's
yep,
90,
yep. Just turned 90.
which is incredible. It was just his birthday, like a
Mm-hmm.
month or two ago or whatever. But he is incredible. I have loved growing up watching him, being raised on Lee Corso. And
Yep.
I think Pat McAfee is kind of taking over that role. I wouldn't say replacing him because nobody can replace him, but creating that humor and creating that bit
Yes.
and creating that, I don't know, show factor
Yes.
of
Of the show.
College Game Day.
Sure.
So
It's nice to have on the show. Nice to
for
have
sure,
something.
with the field goal kick,
Yes.
and I don't think anyone can replace the picking and using like their head and doing all the crazy things while they pick the team. But I like how Pat McAfee kind of uses his own personality to create like fun, entertaining, engaging things with College Game Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's this Saturday. We do have a big game Sunday.
We do, and very rare Sunday game where Notre Dame will travel down to Miami Hurricanes and play in prime time on a Sunday night, and renewing the rivalry of Catholics versus convicts.
Catholics versus convicts. I had never really heard of this rivalry until this summer when my dad told me, didn't you go to the game?
Yes, I did. 1989 or 88.
Tell me about it. Where was it?
So it was maybe it was, I forget. Oh geez. Now we gotta stat check this. When was that game? Papa, your grandpa, my dad, took me for my birthday. And we went back to Notre Dame for the Notre Dame Miami game. We went with no tickets, nothing but a plane ticket and a rental car, and just said, we'll figure it out when we get there. And sure enough, we landed, drove to South Bend, Indiana. And obviously, hotel rooms were absolutely booked everywhere. But we happened to stumble upon a hotel right across from campus. I ran in. I heard about a lady in front of me that canceled her reservation. I yelled at Dad, hey, get in here. Someone's just canceling. Sure enough, we got their room right on the spot. And then come game day, we walked around with the signs that said, I need 2 tickets, and found a very nice gentleman that not only, was selling them, said, you know what, here's for your father and son, 2 extra tickets, go and enjoy. So paid nothing. We sat about the 20-yard line, 50 rows up in the old Notre Dame bleachers, and we watched number 4, Notre Dame upset Vinny Testaverde, number 1 Miami, and then ran on the field when the game was over. And I'll never forget it. I grabbed a handful of the grass.
Oh, really?
Put it in a little baggie. And I took home a Notre Dame turf with me. So
that is incredible. That is a story.
And now there's a documentary that is out that came out. Well, it came out years ago. The Catholics versus convicts at what is it? The 90 what is it? What's the ESPN show? ESPN 90, something like that, where they documentary a game.
Yeah.
So they did that, and so I didn't know the history of the Catholics versus convict shirt that was scalped outside the stadium, where a former Notre Dame basketball player, to make a few extra bucks, made that Catholics versus convict shirt,
the iconic one, right?
The iconic one, and sold it to people and made money, but then was later told to give it all back and was suspended and kicked off the basketball team because that was your copywriting infringements. He had the CBS logo on it and everything. So I actually bought a shirt. I don't know if it was from him, but one of his guys, and I have that shirt still to this day.
Do you think you pull it out of the garage?
I know exactly where it is. It's a white shirt. It's a looks like a ticket with Newt Rockne on it, and it says Notre Dame, Miami, CBS Sports, Catholics versus convicts.
The thing is that
has a lot of moth holes in it, but I have it.
See, that kind of like rivalry, that saying Catholics versus convicts, would never fly today. Like
Oh
if
no.
that was that was on ESPN or on CBS, like promoted as Catholics versus convicts, everyone would be canceled.
Yeah. Yeah,
That just
probably.
wouldn't be a thing. But I'm glad that they are matching up back on Sunday, which is so random for the
Yeah.
Catholics.
Yeah. Well, it's not a NFL season hasn't started, so they're taking
I guess.
college football taking advantage of every dime they can make. So
Mhm.
let's play this game the day after all these other marquee games, and it'll be a standalone game.
Yeah.
And yeah, it should be good. Notre Dame going to unveil their brand new quarterback, CJ Carr,
Yeah.
grandson of former Michigan head coach Lloyd Carr.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Michigan, Notre Dame being big rivalries. The grandson instead chose Notre Dame over Michigan. So that'll be fun. Fun little storyline to follow. So should be good.
Oh,
Looking forward
all
to that one.
right.
Looking
All
forward to that
right.
one.
Do you want to get into our next segment?
A brand new segment that we're going to bring to you people. And this is called Raised Right or Raised Wrong.
Wrong.
And what we're going to do with this segment is the media, I need to see how I'm going to say this here, was the sports take that was presented from the media correct? Good take, bad take, raised right, raised wrong. We've got our opinions. We'll let you have your opinions as well. So
do you have a little jingle for this one too?
Raised right, raised wrong.
Raised right, raised wrong.
Perfect.
Okay,
It's
we'll go
perfect.
with it.
All right.
One of the biggest stories this summer, especially this late end of the summer, is the Dallas Cowboys. And Dallas Cowboys, speaking of shows, they just got released a new show on Netflix. I haven't seen that one yet, but anyways, Dallas Cowboys and the signing or not signing of their star defensive player Micah Parsons. So
yes, this is your raised right. This is your thing that was accurate.
How I'm going to look at it, and I am saying that the media is absolutely doing this one right and saying that Micah Parsons is correct on his holding out of the Dallas Cowboys, even though supposedly Jerry Jones just offered the highest non-quarterback contract in the history of the NFL to him.
Supposedly.
And thinking that that's all it took was last minute. Okay, here, I'll do the deal now. That Micah Parsons is still holding his ground. And as of today, Monday, August 25th, is saying, no, I am not taking that deal and I want to be traded. So
interesting.
The media, everybody got this one right in the sense that the shenanigans and the stuff that goes on and how Jerry Jones signs his players and drags them along and holds and waits the last minute. I'm glad that somebody finally is stepping up to it and saying no, believing in their morals. So,
all right. So that's your little raised right.
That is my raised right.
What about your raised wrong?
Raised wrong. Let's just go right to the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation.
Bro, this was my raised wrong. No, you're stealing my thunder.
Well, go ahead. Tell me why it is raised wrong.
After all the controversy and all the media talk after the draft and Shedeur Sanders not getting picked until the 6th round? 6th?
5th, I think.
5th? 6th?
5th round.
When he thought, and everyone thought he was going 1st round.
Top 10.
Yeah, crazy. And actually, a little story behind this. One of my other interns at ESPN went to Colorado.
Oh.
And so he is definitely opinionated on this and has shared his opinions about how messed up he thinks this is. With that being said, people have said that he has an attitude problem. He didn't do good in his interviews. He's cocky, yada, yada, yada. So he ended up getting drafted to the Cleveland Browns. But the Cleveland Browns drafted 2 quarterbacks back-to-back, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And so they just kind of have quarterbacks coming out of their butt.
Yep.
and which I think is stupid in the first place. But Shador Sanders made his starting debut last week, 2 weeks ago in the preseason games.
Yep.
So he played well, yes, but I do think I'm just a little confused on this
Of why.
decision by the Cleveland Browns. Why? You have so many quarterbacks. Why him after getting picked in the 5th round?
Yeah.
Like, do you think he is really the best quarterback you have on your team? My opinion, no.
Not even close.
Not even close. Give me your take.
So it's funny because I just heard this the other day of during the NFL draft that the Cleveland Browns were pressured by the NFL to draft him. And that when it came down to that 5th pick or that 5th round pick, that they were told to pick him. And
Wait, I didn't know this.
But again, another spin on the media is whether to look good, to look bad. Yeah. So again, just completely wrong. NFL's not coming out telling teams who to pick and what to do with their teams. But again, Cleveland Browns made a trade in the 1st round to move down to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They traded away their pick so they can move down and then get even future picks. So the Cleveland Browns have 2 extra 1st round picks next year, where the quarterback class next year is supposed to be even bigger than it was this last year. So then why are you stockpiling up on all these draft picks, but yet then this year still drafting 2 quarterbacks almost back-to-back rounds when you have quarterbacks in camp?
It just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. And I'm sorry, Cleveland. I guess that is why you live in Cleveland. And you are, although it is a great city to visit and a great stadium to go to watch a game, Cleveland ownership, you are raised wrong.
Raised wrong. Another shout out to another ESPN intern, Zaylin. I don't know if he's watching, but he is from Cleveland.
Better be.
Oh, he better be. I'll send it to him. But he's raised in Cleveland, from there, huge Browns fan, and even he thinks this is whack.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I still have to do my raised right?
Okay. What do you got?
This is me probably being biased, but my raised right is I think all of the Clemson hype from the preseason is completely valid.
Yes.
I think we have one of the best teams we have had in a long time. TJ Moore is incredible. Obviously, Cade Klubnik is looking better than he ever has. Dabo was saying that this is one of his best teams since the last championship.
The Trevor Lawrence days.
The Trevor Lawrence era.
Yeah.
So I think the hype is very well deserved. I've asked a couple of my friends who work for the football team, who are on walk-ons on the football team, and they said this team is looking incredible. This team is just really working together well. He told me that their word for the season, they always have like one word, is one. So take one game at a time. Good. You are not in the ACC championship yet. You are not in the playoffs yet. You have LSU this weekend and nothing else matters. And so I really love that. They always have like kind of like a random word. And so this year their word is one. And I really hope they use that to their advantage. It's going to be a long season, but I'm excited. And if they win the national championship this year, my senior year, I will die happy.
Jumping ahead of yourself there, a long way to go.
Ahead of myself.
But no, I agree that there has been a lot of hype on Clemson. I mean, you turn on any of the sports shows about college football, and everybody's talking about it. So the hype is definitely there. And I agree with you. Raised right, it is justified. This is a team that they definitely put all their eggs into in the basket, and they're going for it and pushing all in for this 1 year. And I'm really glad that Cade decided to stick around and play his senior year. They've got an amazing wide receiver core. They brought in a new defensive coordinator. So I'm really excited to see what the Tigers can do this year. And we talk about the game this weekend and the way the playoff structure is set up, that, even the team that does lose this week, the season is not over. So,
Yeah. I think it will set the tone for the season.
Sure.
I think it's really like a confidence thing, but there's a chance that we still are in the playoffs if we go 10-1 losing to LSU.
Sure.
There's a very good chance we get into the playoffs, especially because this isn't a conference game.
Well, you got to win your leagues. You got to win the ACC championship. So you're going to get some competition with that. But let's just, I love the motto, love the one. Let's start it off. Game 1, week 1, one game. Clemson, LSU, Death Valley. Here we go.
Let's
go.
Well, I'm so excited to have you here this weekend for the game, and I cannot wait to podcast next week and report on all of our fun stories, adventures, and hopefully we have good news. Oh, my AirPod just fell out. Hopefully we have good news for our viewers, all of our viewers.
Yeah.
But
I'm all excited. Looking
I
forward
think that's
to
all
it.
we have.
Yeah, that was a lot. Holy cow. We have
a lot to
I'm
talk
sure
about.
we've got a lot more, but we can always save stuff till next week. Hopefully people liked our new segments. Again, if there's suggestions out there, we'd love to hear it too, right?
Comment down below. But that's all we have for this week. This is Raised on Sports. I'm Reagan, the daughter of this father-daughter podcast.
And I'm Jason, the dad of this amazing daughter of mine. So happy to be back and looking forward to a fun season.
All right. I love you, Dad, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye, guys.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.